Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel. I'm very happy to have you here once and again. I have beautiful messages this time that I would love to share with you. If you are joining new this channel, then welcome. And what we are doing here is we basically create messages for hope, for inspiration, for healing. We do prayers. I guess that in the future we will also do some mindfulness exercises and basically anything that serves for improvement of physical health, mental health, inspiration, and these type of things. So today I will start with the healing code, and you can use these codes for your personal meditation. It is energy code, and this one was specifically designed for grounding, for nourishment, for growing deep roots into the earth and feeling connected with that healthy energy that the earth provides. Connecting with the healthy food, connecting with trees and forests, just, being in nature. Being in nature and receiving that healing, powerful energy of nature. Nature has this amazing potential to balance our nervous system, our body. It is source of food, source of healthy water. Indeed, not in all places of this world, unfortunately. For example, the place where I currently find myself is significantly difficult. The environment is just getting so polluted and devastated that it breaks my heart, literally. But we still need to focus on these healthy resources. If you can even create them, like gardening, growing your own food, filtering your water, if any of this is available to you, that is amazing. The closest to the natural, the closest to the natural way of being is amazing. Cutting off the processed food as best as you can. So this code was basically like calling back to the earth, calling back to nourishment, calling back to stability. And I was somehow called to choose the color brown and green, like that energy of the trees and energy of the roots and that beautiful moist cool air. Or maybe you love ocean air. I don't know. It's just about that what nourishes, that what heals, that what has that capacity of interdependence and healthy exchange in the environmental systems. Because the healthy environmental systems in nature are pretty much breaking down because of the choices of humans. And it is really a blessing, an amazing blessing, to be still in places where that symbiosis, where that healthy environment is. What is interesting is that I chose the green and brown for growing those roots and that nourishment, and a card of cow showed up right away. And cow is basically a symbol of steady, grounded, nourishing energy. Cow is also an animal that is like very supportive for human beings. She is that type of animal that basically sacrificed itself for humans, because the cow offers everything. You can use any piece of the cow. And when you look into the history of some, for example, Native Americans, instead of cow, was like buffalo or bison, I guess, and they were able to use everything. So it's incredible sacrifice from these animals to serve humanity in this way. So I would also love to mention that it's very important that we really reconsider how we treat these animals. So much pain and suffering creating there. But that wasn't the message. It just came to my heart to speak up for them, because nature really needs to be treated with love and honor and respect, the way I perceive it. However, that's not the message that I wanted to share. What I wanted to share is that cow is that symbol of steady force that is moving forward steadily in a very grounded way, in a very nourishing way. For some of you, it may even be like a symbol of that nutrition, dense nutrition that maybe my body needs, like that raw milk, if you have access to that, or I don't know, anything healthy that makes you steady, that gives you a lot of active energy. Because we have Ace of Wands, which is that action energy, healthy action energy, vitality. Ace of Wands is a symbol of health and vitality. So there is basically something going on along these lines with connection with natural environment, growing new roots, receiving much more vitality because of that. And I will take a look on the mantra. Yes, cow is also about abundance. That is what is important to mention. Rather than worrying and being fearful of lack, trust that you are and always will be provided for. I stand strong knowing that any disturbance will pass and I will be okay. So it's like a beautiful message. If you feel disturbed in any way, just stay strong, stay steady, keep on going slowly, and trust that you will be provided for, that the abundance will come to you, maybe in a different way than you expected. Because we are usually programmed by culture and society that abundance is money, abundance is when you can travel wherever you want, abundance is when you can do what you want. But that's like a very childish attitude on some levels, because it's all about like me, and what I want. But with much grounded attitude and maybe mature attitude, you may recognize that the abundance may be something completely different for you. Yeah, that it can be just appreciation for healthy food, appreciation for real friends, people who are really, they walk, they talk, and they are here to help you if you need them. Or appreciation for your flower, that is growing in your garden or in your pot. Appreciation for animal friends, like these little tiny things that life is actually about. That it's not about big, complex things and achievements, and then a lot of stress is generated about that. And then at some point, when we let go of all these expectations and goals and exploitations of ourselves and nature, then we recognize that the real beauty is in very simple things. And usually it happens when you lose it. Yeah, when you lose the basics, then you recognize what is really important. When you, for example, as I said, the devastation in our country is pretty massive. So when I see that, and I always had appreciation for nature, but when I see that, there is even like more appreciation for those simple things, that I can still have, I don't know, access to some vegetables, that I still have access to water, that I still have some clothes to put on, and that my internet is still working. Your perspective completely shifts. So there is like this call to really appreciate life and to really appreciate nature. And it is bringing back a lot of vital force. It is bringing back a lot of abundance. And what is that real abundance? And what I really love about this message is this miracle card, this beautiful Aladdin card with the magic lamp. Expect the wondrous to emerge. So this is also a message of hope, no matter how difficult your situation may be, don't give it up. Continue walking steadily, step by step, reclaiming maybe on some levels your personal power, your vitality, your health, and continue praying for that and giving gratitude for those little tiny things. And I know that it sounds like a cliche and many people are talking about it, but it can really work some miracles. This is also talking about a possibility that there is something going on behind the scene that we may not be aware of, or you may not be aware of in your personal life, and that there will be a course of action that you will be able to take in order to maybe feel more grounded and healthy and resourceful. So there are these beautiful messages, and I will just pull out this code one more time. You can meditate with this. You can just bring it into your awareness by observing it, and just allow yourself to really feel into this, because the fact that I do these doesn't mean that it will match you. Yeah, so if you feel comfortable with this, it is a form of meditation, it is a form of prayer for me, it is done automatically. Not automatically, you basically learn somehow to do that. Your brain learns that. So may you receive healing and grounding from this. And before we will close this space, let's just pray and for everybody and for the earth. Beloved Mother, beloved Father, beloved God, thank you for all the beauty of Mother Nature. Thank you for the healing powers of the natural world. Thank you for abundance that you bring into our lives. Thank you for food, for sustenance. And I pray specifically for those who need more vitality and health coming back, and maybe healthy food and healthy resources. Beloved Creator, beloved Mother, Father God, please bring them to alignment with your will, with your strength, with your love. Please create space for miracles in their lives. I pray for everybody to have access to healthy nature. I also pray for nature to continue healing. I pray for the shift of hearts within humanity so that we honor the creation on a much deeper level. And thank you for your healing. Thank you for bringing this powerful, beautiful healing and grounding and nourishment into our lives, and for all those who are listening. Thank you. Thank you so much, and I hope to connect with you soon.